Let praises rise from the inside of me. May you delight in the inside, God, in the inside of me. Come feel my life from the inside, Lord, from the inside of me. Set me on fire, yeah, from the inside, from the inside. Oh, 'cause all I want is for you to be glorified, for you to be lifted high. All I want is for you to be glorified, you to be lifted high. Let praises rise from the inside, Lord. Come on, tell him this morning. May you delight in the inside, God, in the inside, Lord. Come fill our lives this morning, Lord, like only you can do, Jesus. On the inside, Lord. Set me on fire, on the inside, on the inside, on the inside. All I want is for you to be glorified, for you to be lifted. All I want, God, is for you to be glorified. Yes, yes. For you to be lifted. All I want, God, yeah, is for you to be lifted high, God. You to be glorified. All I want, dear Jesus, is for you to be. Hallelujah. Come on, everybody, sing that with us. All I want, God, feel me, Jesus. You to be more of you, less of me. All I want, King Jesus, is for you to be. Can we do it just one more time, please? All I want, King Jesus, hey, it's for you to be glorified. Come on, how many of you know it's all about him? It's not about us. All I want, King Jesus, hallelujah, you to be. Come on, I believe one person needs to sing it again. All I want, King Jesus, more of you, hey, less of me, yeah, more of you, and less of rain, more of you, Jesus, less of me, God, you to be. Feel my life till all they see is you, Lord. Glorify your name. Feel my life till all they see, God, is you, Lord.
Welcome to another edition of Wellness Wednesday. It is Wednesday, November 3rd, and my name is Christy Arnold, and I am the Health and Wellness Director here at Word Tabernacle Church. Thank you again so much, everybody, for joining this podcast. Let's begin with our Bible verse, 1 Corinthians 6:19 through 20, and it reads, "Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit, who is in you, whom you have received from God? Do you not know you were bought at a price? So therefore, honor God with your bodies." Amen. Amen. We need to honor God with our bodies because, again, our bodies are not our own. Our bodies are not our own. We belong to Jesus. There we go. All right, so let's move on to November health awarenesses. So there are a lot of health awarenesses for the month of November. And again, I've only pulled out a couple of them, not too many, but just a couple of them. So November is American Diabetes Month. 1 in 3 people in the United States has pre-diabetes. So step up. If you have diabetes or you've been told by your provider that you have pre-diabetes, step up, educate yourself, and be aware how diabetes affects you. November is also Diabetic Eye Disease Month. Do you know that diabetic eye disease is the leading cause of blindness and it has no warning signs? So early detection, timely treatment, and appropriate follow-up care are the only ways to prevent vision loss. If you are a diabetic, that means you know who you are. Talk to your doctor, protect your vision by getting your yearly eye exams or eye exams how your provider or your doctor recommends you to get them. And you can also do this, protect your vision by controlling your blood sugars. People don't realize when your blood sugars are out of control or not within the normal range, it affects many different parts of your body, and your eyes are one of them. So talk to your doctor about it, especially if you suspect your vision loss that you're having, the blurred vision, not being able to see as clear as before. Talk to your doctor about that and see what they say. November is also Lung Cancer Awareness Month. It is also Native American Heritage Month. November is National Alzheimer's Awareness Month. You know that Alzheimer's awareness and Alzheimer's disease is true to my heart. It's so close to my heart, guys. National Family Caregivers Month. Why don't you honor and acknowledge a caregiver during this month for their dedication, their selflessness, and their strength as they care for a loved one who has Alzheimer's disease. If you are a caregiver and you need some support, join us here at Word Tabernacle Church every third Saturday at 11 a.m. as we have our caregiver support ministry. Our ministry, we're just here. We just want you to know that we are here for you if you're a caregiver. You can contact Miss Vivian Sessoms if you have any questions or concerns or you just need more information. Her information is vivian.sessoms@wordtab.net. Now, November is also National Hospice Palliative Care Month. It is also International Survivors of Suicide Loss Day, which that day actually takes place on November 20th. And in this event, survivors of suicide loss come together to find connection, understanding, hope, and healing through their shared experiences among one another. Again, this event takes place on Saturday, November 20th of this year, and that is International Survivors of Suicide Loss Day. And the last one that we're going to acknowledge for the month of November is National Family Health History Day. Now, y'all are like, well, what is this? So let me explain it. On November 25th, which is National Family Health History Day, the CDC sponsors this event, and on this day, we want you and your families to sit down while y'all at the dinner table and talk about your family's health and medical history. So if we're at the dinner table, that means you want your immediate family, of course. So that means your mother, your father, your sisters, brothers, grandparents, aunts, and uncles. Talk about your health and your medical history with each other so that you in turn can take this information back to your provider, share and talk about this to your doctor, and then the two of you can take the steps to lower your chances of getting the disease or illnesses and increasing your chances of living a healthy life. So let me try to explain this again. National Family Health History Day. So we're at the dinner table on Thanksgiving, and I'm talking to my Aunt Sally, who tells everybody that she has a history of hypertension, or she has high blood pressure. And she's been taking the medicine, and her blood pressure is under control. Well, me, I don't have hypertension, and I didn't know that I had an aunt who had hypertension or high blood pressure. So I take this information back to my doctor, and I let him know that my aunt said at the dinner table that she has high blood pressure. Okay, so then from that point on, your doctor will work with you. Obviously, they'll review your blood pressures and make sure your blood pressures have not been elevated. Then your doctor will talk to you about the steps that you can do to try to prevent hypertension. Now, you can prevent hypertension and other diseases one way, but if it's like genetics, if you're genetically inclined to that disorder or that disease, unfortunately, there's no way to prevent it, but you can still work on ways to maintain it and keep healthy levels of that disease. So that's what National Family Health History Day is, guys. So, all right. So let's move on to the next topic. And you know what else? That would be a great way to bring up conversation at the dinner table, besides everyone talking and looking at football on Thanksgiving Day. Football is always the highlight of Thanksgiving Day. Well, let's move on to our PowerPoint and our topic of today. The topic for this month, guys, we're going to talk about is the COVID-19 booster vaccines. So I have been getting lots of questions about it. And yes, we do give the booster vaccines here at Word Tabernacle Church every Tuesday. So I thought it would be a great idea to do the podcast about the booster vaccines. Now, I will put this out here. Any information that you hear from me today, of course, it is subject to change by tomorrow, because the CDC, the Department of Health and Human Services, and other organizations are consistently updating data and providing new information as they receive it. So it doesn't mean that one organization's information is correct. It just means that the information is updated because the data just keeps falling in. They're getting an overflow of data. So let's move on to the next slide. And now we understand that some people are still concerned about getting the vaccine, and it's okay. I hope I can bring some clarity to you on that. While more COVID-19 vaccines are being developed very quickly, we want you to understand that routine processes and procedures remain the same, and they don't change when it comes to the safety of the individuals. That means of us, the consumers of these vaccines. The vaccines have to get authorization and approval before they're able to be used, and they're also tested, guys. So just remember that with all of these vaccines, that safety is a top priority, and there are still many reasons why we should get vaccinated. So let me come over here and get my slides together. The COVID-19 vaccines, why should we get them? What are the benefits of getting the COVID-19 vaccines? The vaccines will decrease your chances of getting severe COVID-19 illness, and guys, they help decrease the spread. All COVID-19s that are available in the United States have been shown to be effective. The combination of getting the vaccine and following the CDC's recommendations protect yourself and others from this deadly virus. The more people who get vaccinated, the faster we can go back to our lives pre-COVID. Next slide, please. So let's take it back. Let's go back here for a second. And on July 27th of this year, 2021, the CDC released updates on the need for everybody to get vaccinated, and they recommended that everyone get vaccinated in areas that the transmission was growing very high. You remember it was after 4th of July that the numbers just shot up. They were just everywhere. So the CDC put it out there: get vaccinated, wear a mask when you're indoors. When the CDC issued this guidance, y'all, they immediately saw new data that came from this. The first thing was they noticed a significant increase in cases were reversed, which the cases had been going down since January. But remember 4th of July, we wanted to hang out. It was a good holiday. We didn't wear a mask. We were around family. We were not vaccinated, and the numbers shot up very high. But once people started getting vaccinated and wearing masks again, the CDC started noticing that those numbers were going down again. In the days leading up to the CDC's guidelines update, they did see a rapid and alarming rise in the COVID-19 cases, and the hospitalization rates were increasing throughout the country. And then in late June, the 7-day moving average of reported cases was around 12,000. But by July 27th, the 7-day moving average of cases reached over 60,000. This rate looked more like the rate of cases even before vaccines were available. So that didn't look good. That wasn't a good look, guys. So what have we learned about the vaccines so far? We've learned that the vaccines continue to reduce a person's risk of contacting or contracting the virus, including the variants. This includes the variants. We've also learned that the vaccines continue to be highly effective in preventing hospitalizations and deaths, and again, including the variants. Being fully vaccinated people will or may have a breakthrough, but your chances but you won't have such a long period of time of sickness or a longer area of sickness versus someone who's not vaccinated. And so what I mean by that is if I'm vaccinated and I do have a breakthrough situation where I get COVID-19, my area or my length of sickness may be only 3 days, and it may be mild symptoms versus someone who's not vaccinated. They may be sick. Their length of sickness may be a week or 2 weeks or longer. And that unvaccinated person will have a more severe reaction. They may be hospitalized. They may be put on the ventilator. They just may be even sicker longer than me because I'm fully vaccinated. So that's another benefit of being vaccinated. It actually shortens your period or your length of time for illness in the event you do have a breakthrough infectious time. And that goes back to say the vaccine does not keep you from getting COVID-19. I just want to keep reiterating that. So with that being said, we want to get vaccinated and wear our mask indoors, or wear a mask around people, or just wear a mask in general. I'm not even going to say a particular population. Just wear your mask to help reduce the spread of COVID-19 and the variants. Let's move to the next slide. So the Delta variant, as we know, is more contagious and more infectious and than compared to the other variants. The Delta variant is 2 times as contagious as previous variants and is more of a serious illness than previous variants. And it's more serious, especially in unvaccinated people. Excuse me. Unvaccinated people remain the greatest concern here. Fully vaccinated people can get COVID-19, as we just said, but less than the unvaccinated people. When a fully vaccinated person gets the virus, this is called breakthrough infection, as we've said earlier. And the virus can be spread by a fully vaccinated individuals. And this has been proven by the studies that they have, that the CDC has. Let's move to the next slide, please. As what we have learned is that the vaccines, guys, continue, or we have learned that the vaccines remain one of the best ways to protect yourself and reduce the spread of the virus, especially with new variants emerging. Studies have shown that after getting vaccinated against COVID-19, protection against the virus and the ability to protect infections with the Delta variant may also decrease over time. Let's see. COVID-19 vaccines are approved and authorized in the United States, have been highly effective, as we've said. Let me skim through this. Nope. Let's move on to the next slide, please. All right. So, why do we need a booster vaccine? The main reason we need a booster vaccine is because it increases our immune response and provides more protection against COVID-19, including the Delta variant. So, why did they create it? Because of the increased hospitalizations, death, and cases of COVID-19, and with the Delta variant, public health experts saw a reduced rate of protection given by the original vaccines. Small clinical trials that were done were proven that the booster vaccines increased a person's immune response. So therefore, with this increased immune response, individuals can have an improved better protection against COVID-19, including the Delta variant. So that's one of the reasons why the booster variant or the booster shot was created. Let's move to the next slide, please. All righty. So who can get the booster, or why? Let's see. Sorry. Let me get mine. There we go. Who's eligible for the booster? People ages 65 years and older can get the booster shots. The risk for severe illness of COVID-19 increases with age. And so people who are older, 65 and older, they qualify automatically for the booster shot. If you are a resident 18 years and older and you live in a long-term care facility, or you live close together, such as like in a prison or in a college dorm or college setting, college dorm rooms, homeless shelters, 18 and older, you also qualify for the booster shot. If you have any underlying medical conditions such as cancer, kidney disease, liver disease, lung disease, dementia, diabetes, heart disease, HIV, Down syndrome, you are obese, you're pregnant, you have hypertension, and there are others that I can go, the list goes on and on. This puts you at risk of getting COVID-19, so therefore you qualify for a booster vaccine. Any adult who works and resides in certain areas such as healthcare settings, schools, correctional facilities, homeless shelters, these are the workers. you are eligible to get a COVID-19 booster. And now, fast forwarding, we do know that there are the three boosters. We now have Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, and Pfizer. Next slide, please. All righty. So I just told you who the vaccines were for. So if you're 18 and over, you can get the Johnson & Johnson booster. Let's move to the next slide. If it has been 6 months after you received your second vaccine, 6 months after your second vaccine, you are eligible to get Pfizer and Moderna boosters if you qualify. With Johnson & Johnson, if it's been at least 2 months, you can get your second vaccine. So, for example, it is November. Say I got a Johnson & Johnson vaccine in September. Once I get to the 2-month range, I am eligible to get either a second Johnson & Johnson or a Pfizer or Moderna. But if I receive Pfizer or Moderna, I have to wait 6 months before I get my booster. So let's see. A single dose of any available COVID-19 vaccine may be administered as a one-time booster following the completion of the series. The eligible population and dosing interval varies, and there are criterias with the Moderna. There are criterias on who should get a full dose or a half a dose. And wherever you go to get your vaccine, they'll explain all of that. And I don't want people to think, and I don't want to put it out there that people say, "Oh, I'm going to get a half a dose. I want a full dose." Both doses have been proven to be effective. So, and with the Moderna gives a higher dose of vaccine for the first 2 doses than Pfizer. So I'll say this much. So the dose for Pfizer is 0.3. So if I'm going to get my 2 doses of Pfizer, my total dosage with the 2 shots will be 0.6. Now, with Moderna, the 2 doses are 0.5. So 0.5 plus 0.5 equals 1. And I'm not out here saying that one vaccine is better than the other. What I am saying is the amount, because I'm not talking about the specific ingredients that make up the vaccine, okay? So with Moderna, you get a dosage amount of 1 versus with Pfizer, your 2 dosage is 0.6. Again, it doesn't matter about the amount of vaccine. We're talking about what makes the difference is the ingredients of the vaccine. And so that is another reason why with Moderna, when you go and get your booster, you will not get the full 0.5 versus with Pfizer, you'll get another 0.3. So with Moderna, if you don't meet the certain criteria or you're not immunocompromised, then you'll get a 0.25, which is a half a dose. And we also have to remember that Moderna came out after Pfizer as well. So all those things play a part. It's a lot of technicality in it. But I don't want people to get caught up in the how can I say this? I don't want people to get caught up in the technicalities of it. Just know that if you are Moderna and you don't answer yes to any of the questions that the person who's giving you the vaccine is, that you will be getting the 0.25 dose. But that does not mean that you're not getting immunized. You are getting that booster. And I want everybody to keep that inside of your head. All right, so let's move on. Let's see. We have the Johnson & Johnson slide up. Let's see where we're at on my end. Here we go. Again, with Johnson & Johnson, you can get, for your booster, you are eligible for Moderna, Pfizer, or a Johnson & Johnson vaccine. And again, this is 2 months after you've received the J&J vaccine. Let's move on to the next slide. So how do I make an appointment to get my booster? You can get a booster at any local health department or pharmacy or community vaccine clinic. Here at Word Tabernacle Church, we offer vaccines here. I'll tell you about that in just a little bit. But I do want you to know that no health insurance is needed for the booster vaccines. Many sites accept walk-ins. Many sites you have to make an appointment. The vaccine is free. Call whatever agency or organization or location. I'm not going to say any specific because I don't want anybody to think I'm endorsing any specific place, but doctor's offices, the pharmacies around here, the boosters are available. And again, you can get all 3 of them. Now, getting back to Word, we offer the vaccine here every Tuesday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Then we come back and offer it again from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And that's not just the booster. If you know any first time or people who need their second dose, we offer it all right here at Word Tabernacle Church, 821 Word Plaza in Rocky Mount. That'll take place in the Health and Wellness Center. All right. I wish I could see some questions. I'm sure there are questions out there on Facebook. Let's see if I can pull up some questions on my phone to see if they have any questions I can answer. Also, next slide, please. I'm going to post one of the just a vaccine location of the different clinics in our area. I also have their phone numbers. So if you want to look at the phone numbers, or if you can see that, you can contact some of those people and find out about their vaccines. Let's see what's going on. Do I have any questions up here? Let's see. Thank you, Miss Janice. Let's see. If you have any questions, I have pulled up my Facebook. So go to Facebook right now and put your questions in, and I'll be happy to answer. If I don't address your question today, please feel free to email me at Christy, CHRISTY.Arnold@wordtab.net. Again, that's CHRISTY.ARNOLD at word, WORDTAB.net. Let's see. All righty. I'm going to come out of here because I forgot they're behind us, so I'll come back and check on it in just a little bit. All right. Wow, what an informative podcast for today. There's so much information about the vaccines, the boosters. It changes so rapidly, y'all. And you've all been watching the news to see how this information changes. It's just like I said, daily. It changes daily. But if you have any questions, you don't have to be a wordite, you could be a non-word person. I will do not mind answering your questions. You can call out here to the church. The number here at the church is 252-442-2925. Again, that is 252-442-2925, and ask for Christy Arnold, and they will transfer you to me. All right. So you know what, Ann? I do want to show my screen because pediatric vaccines will be happening soon. And I want to show everybody the website that they can sorry. And I want to show everybody the website that they can go to I want to show everybody the website that they can go to if they have questions or concern about the pediatric. Let's see. I had some Let me see. See if we can pull it up. Uh-oh. We're having a couple of technical difficulties. Meanwhile, I will be checking to see if I have any questions. So far, no questions. So, it's coming. So let's talk about some upcoming announcements for the Center for Health and Wellness. So we had such a great turnout with the SOAR ministry when we started our walk way back that we decided to have our walk again. So starting November, every Saturday starting in November at 8 o'clock, we will be here on the campus of Word Tabernacle Church walking around the parking lot for an hour. So we encourage everybody to come out here and join the SOAR ministry. You do not have to be a member of the SOAR ministry or a member of Word to come out here and fellowship and walk with some people who we have the same goals. We just want to walk, try to stay healthy, decrease our cholesterol levels, just stay physically active. So come out here every Saturday starting this month in November at 8 a.m. and we're going to do this walk. Let's see if we have me up now. It's not working. All right, it's okay. Our computers, they have their days that they don't want to work too. So today is their day that they're like, you know what? I'm done. I'm not having it. And it's okay. So I can give you the website that you can go check it out for vaccines for the children 5 and 11. So Pfizer has been approved for vaccinations for COVID vaccines for children 5 and 11. It is a smaller dose than what the adults receive, obviously. The website is it's the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services website. So you can go to covid19.nhhs.gov/vaccine, vaccines/kids, KIDS. And again, that is covid19.ncdhhs.gov/vaccines/kids. And here you will find so much information on the COVID vaccine. There are questions that can help their questions. You can ask, you can always ask your children's doctor, your pediatrician, or whoever their doctor may be. But please understand that the doctors, they have a lot of people asking them questions. So try not to bombard their clinics, by calling, because they can't answer everybody's question at one time. But I am sure that each provider they're talking right now to create like a list of information or a pamphlet of information to provide to everybody, because a lot of people, we have lots of questions. And so there it is. That website is up. I just saw it. It went off. But I'll give it to you again. It's covid19.ncdhhs.gov/vaccines/kids. And I do not know why our computer is just not working. It just wants to do its own thing today. So I wanted to show y'all all of this. The North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services does have this information in English and in Spanish because we just want everybody to know about this information. So, guys, let's see. I know a question I wanted to bring up. I wanted to let everybody know what the population was for the COVID-19 vaccinations in our area. So for North Carolina, I'm sorry. So this is from the CDC's website. So far, 67% of the adult population are fully vaccinated. That's good. That's worth clapping for. Yay, that is worth clapping for. 71% of the adult population are vaccinated with at least one dose. So that's also good too, guys. That means we're moving in the right direction. That's very good. So again, I'm going to get ready to end our section for Wellness Wednesday. If you have any questions at all about COVID-19, the vaccines, or the boosters, please feel free to contact me here at the church. Our next Wellness Wednesday will be Wednesday, December 1st, same time, 1 o'clock. I look forward to seeing you all then. Until then, I want everybody to have a blessed and prosperous day, and I will talk with y'all soon. Bye-bye.